So I bought the cheapest bike rack on Amazon, and here's what I think 3,500 miles later. This is the Swagman Upright Bikerack, and it cost me about $65 on Amazon, which is extremely cheap, especially compared to even the cheap racks from Yakima or Thule. It's just in a completely different ballpark. And just right off the bat, to cut to the point, this rack works. It can hold my bike, and it works on some pretty gnarly terrain. I've taken it down some legit dirt roads and also at highway speeds, so it does the job. When researching a bike rack to get for my car, it needed to be able to do two things. First, it needed to be cheap, because who honestly wants to spend $800 on a bike rack? And second, the bike rack needed to allow me to open the back hatch of my car so I can access things inside, because I'm road tripping and living out of my car. That pretty much left me with a roof bike rack, because a hitch rack with no existing hitch that swings away is just a tad more expensive. So the Swagman bike rack works in about the most simple way possible. There's nothing glamorous to it whatsoever. It simply clamps to your car's crossbars, and that's about it. Another reason I ended up with this rack is because it allows for up to 3-inch roof rack crossbars, whereas the more expensive Thule and Yakima racks require their own crossbar size, which is annoying. This rack secures your bike to it by connecting through the wheel skewer, but because my mountain bike uses a quick release through axle, I actually had to buy an adapter that cost almost as much as the rack itself. And the rear tire is held in by this little flimsy fabric strap, which has yet to fail me. The only real modification I made was adding a front support under the rack so it doesn't bend, and this is mainly due to the fact that my car's built-in crossbars don't extend wide enough to span the length of the bike. Getting the bike up and down isn't necessarily hard or easy. It's definitely harder than a hitch rack, but it's not really that big of an inconvenience. And it's great because my bike is completely out of the way, and I can almost forget about it on the days that I'm not using it. So yeah, that's about it. I've trusted my nice mountain bike up here for 3,500 miles on really bumpy and sketchy dirt and gravel roads on 70-mile-per-hour freeways, and it's held up just fine. So if you need a bike rack that is literally just a bike rack and is not very expensive, this one will probably not let you down. So there you go.